Hi guys, what's poppin'? Hope you're all doing well. Back and better, Gucci, whatever. That's what's poppin'. I don't know how to really say this or how to ease into this topic, but I'm tired. I think that's the easiest way to put it. I am exhausted, I am mentally tired, I'm emotionally kind of tired, kind of numb, and I'm just really, is exhausted the right term? So I'm recording this on Wednesday, 27th of May. Anytime, I've seen a black life taken unjust, like something in me has always kind of been upset. But today was the first day where I saw the news and I don't know, I didn't feel anything. And I think that's what really bothered me, because I knew, I'm very in touch with my emotions. So I always know how I feel in certain scenarios, given certain things. And in this scenario, I saw the news article and I read through it and I was just like, okay, shit. And that was it. And it bugged me, right now I'm filming this video at 11. And I think I saw the news at 1 p.m. It literally bugged me throughout the whole day, and then I resorted to tweeting a few things, and then my DMs blew up and people were questioning me, my point of view, my politics. Yeah, I know my channel is always kind of a place of community, a place for laughter, a place where we can all come together and have a good time. But I don't want to have a platform of my size, even though it's not the biggest, but I don't want to have a platform of my size and then be silent on issues that are affecting my community. I think that's the best way to put it. So here is this video. I think it's easiest to start off with kind of the ideology behind Black Lives Matter. Why does the movement exist? A few critics, a few people, have referred to the movement as kind of inherently problematic or racist or dividing. For me, I disagree. I completely don't see that argument. I don't think Black Lives Matter is racist in any way, shape or form. I don't think it excludes anyone. The whole movement is primarily based on the respect and the sanctity of life, especially Black lives, after the targeting of the police, the brutality of the police, and then also the lack of support of the justice system, if we're being quite honest. So that is really what the Black Lives Matter movement is. Now, in regards to one of the things I tweeted, I literally just made a statement. I don't believe in the term people of color. I don't support the ideology behind it. I don't see why that term has to be used. And a few people were asking me, oh my god, why? Explain yourself. Some people were in my DMs telling me to fuck off and go back to my country. Thank you. The term people of color generally refers to ethnic minorities as a whole. This being, Asian minorities, Latino minorities, black minorities. It leads to a fundamental generalization of the experiences of that community. Now, I'm not here to do Oppression Olympics. I'm not here to do woe is me, I've lived a harder life than X, Y, and Z. My point stands that the black experience is very different to, the oppressions that my Chinese mates might face. So I just think the term people of color or the term BAME, black and minority ethnic, all these general terms just kind of generalize our experience, which is why I always refer to black people as black people. The only shared struggle we share is that us living in the UK, we are the minority in comparison to white people. That is the only shared comparison. We're both minorities. I don't see why we must now be gathered under the term people of color when we don't have the same experiences on a day-to-day basis. So which is why the term people of color to me just doesn't sit well. It's not cute. Now, in regards to the whole George Floyd situation, one, I feel like there is a lack of emotion on my end because it's not the first, it's not the second. We have Ahmaud Arbery, Botham Jean, Tatiana Jefferson, Stephon Clark, Jordan Edwards, Alton Sterling, Mike Brown, Trayvon Martin, Oscar Grant, Sandra Bland, Corey Jones, John Crawford, Terence Crutcher, Keith Scott, and obviously now George Floyd. Also, by the way, I haven't seen the video because I don't want to see the video. I've kind of seen the post, but I've not watched it because tired is just the only way to explain it. I'm tired of seeing black bodies beaten up to death. I'm tired of seeing, I just call it black suffering porn. That's the only term that kind of makes sense in my head for it. I'm tired of the media consistently, pushing out these videos of black trauma and, then the interviews of loved ones, wives, children's, husbands that are now, you know, left behind. And I think for me, what I also find scary about the way I'm currently feeling is that the term "I'm used to this," I just have a problem with it because I shouldn't be, but at the same time, it's like black people or like the culture of blackness is grounded and founded on struggle and oppression. We had 48 years of slavery followed by 89 years of segregation, and then now, you know, the last 60 to 70 years of freedom has been spent by the system meant to protect us hurting us or hurting black Americans in particular. But now black Brits, I'm not about to sit here and say, you know, it's all rosy over here. It's not. So there is no us and them in this moment. The whole situation is scary, and for me it's like the police is very much here to protect the white women that want to cry wolf, but then when black people are going through things, who are they meant to call? The same police. The weaponizing of white tears, especially by white women, is for me has become the craziest thing ever, because in my head these women know the outcome. They're very aware of the power structure of society. White women exist over the lives of black men. White women exist over the life of black women. They know their position, so they're very aware of the fact that if they call the police hysterically screaming, "Oh, it's an African American man," the outcome will probably be that someone is going to lose their life by the time the police gets there. And for me, I tweeted attempted murder. That's the way I see it. Then I also made a tweet in regards to celebrity silence, and not taking it back because I very much stand by what I say. It's very evident, you know, when celebrities are very much here for their own politics. You know, they will be the loudest to tweet on issues such as, you know, the right to bear arms in America, abortion, religious representation or like religious rights, media censorship, you know, all these various different polarizing issues. They'll be at the forefront of things when they're randomly bored and want to come up, like, you know, with an issue that was never really an issue, such as the representation of fragile feminism. That, you know, they know how to use their audience. They're very aware that they're hyper visible, would use their platforms to, you know, speak up and like be a voice on their issues. But lo and behold, when it now comes to defending black lives, when it comes to the sanctity of like black manhood or womanhood, everyone is silent. For me, that silence kind of speaks volumes when it comes to, you know, using our art, using our music, or like, you know, nipping in and out of our culture. Everyone is very happy to do so. But when it comes to, you know, speaking up for us, because sometimes we are the voice that isn't heard, everyone wants to be silent. Everyone just wants to kind of like wait until it dies down before, you know, they go about their regular day. I'm not giving my money. I'm not giving my streams. I'm not giving my support to people that have no interest in supporting the community I'm part of. Hi guys, just wanted to drop in here and quickly just explain something. I obviously filmed this on Wednesday, so a lot of celebrities, influencers, public figures, whatever you want to call them, hadn't said anything at that point. So my point can slightly come across as like, you know, slightly ignorant, being able to kind of like reflect upon it. I think there's a lot of tone deafness going on, so speaking up doesn't necessarily mean, you know, you have to tweet your outrage or like, you know, post a picture. Like, supporting or speaking up on the issue can literally just be donate, post the donation links to like, you know, memorial funds and like organizations and charities that are supporting the families of the victims, or, you know, projects that are going on in those areas that, you know, are helping with the protection of black lives. But yeah, so when I say support, I don't mean, you know, everyone has to do like a PSA and like a video. It can literally just be, guys, I'm donating the funds of this video to a charity that is supporting George Floyd's family or something like that. I hope that made sense. But yeah, anyway, back to the video. So I have a few friends that, you know, have also made posts here and there, and I was seeing some of the replies. A lot of us black people are in our very own individual echo chambers, you know. We're following a very selected amount of people, and those people are following us, and, you know, we're in this little bubble. We think things are getting better because when we look around us, we're only seeing, you know, that bubble that we're stuck in. But really and truly, things aren't getting better. As Will Smith said, things are just being recorded and put on social media now. And it made me realize, seeing, you know, so many racist comments in, like, you know, John Boyega's mentions, in like my mentions, and some of my friends' mentions, or in our DMs, where it's like, oh yeah, go back to your country, oh yeah, you're screaming Black Lives Matter, but what about? Now let's just stop there. But what about All Lives Matter? I think the easiest analogy for me, which is, I think I saw like a Tumblr post back in the days when I used to use Tumblr in like 2015, which easily said, if I have 4 children and one of my 4 children hurt themselves, I'm not going to take all of my 4 kids to the hospital. I'm not going to take all of my 4 kids to see the doctor, because not all of them have hurt themselves, not all of them have suffered. So the ideology of all lives matter is simply wrong, because not all lives are suffering, not all lives are being killed, not all lives are being unprotected by, you know, the system that is meant to protect them. Not all lives are a victim to, you know, the hands of police brutality. So thus, it's just like, shut up. Black lives matter because black lives are currently the ones being consistently endangered. Black lives are consistently being the ones that are just being erased on like nearly a daily basis. And the thing I find so scary, you know, we see the Mike Brown, the Trayvon Martin, the Sandra Bland, the George Floyd. However, these are only the high profile ones that have been recorded. There are numerous occasions where people have passed away, even people close to me in the States, where the media wasn't reporting it like that. We are only seeing what makes it to the news, and there's so many numerous cases, so many fathers and mothers or friends or loved ones that are just being taken from us. All lives will only matter if all lives are being protected, and until then we will keep screaming Black Lives Matter, and I will unapologetically keep screaming it, because I'm not going to sit here, and I'm not here for the kids. I'm not here to make sure my brand is clean so that everyone is comfortable. Now, a few things I also had a problem with. Of course, my major problem one is that the termination of your job, or you being fired as a repercussion of taking someone's life. I'm so sorry, but it's not making sense to me. Those things are not equal. Tried for murder is what I want to see. I'm not believing the death penalty, so thus I'm never going to go through to those extremes. Trying to how do I say this? Trying to justify the fact that someone shouldn't be killed by humanizing them after these situations just doesn't make sense to me. Don't try and tell me about the extracurriculars or the fact that, you know, they helped out in church after Sunday service. For me, these things don't matter. Whether they helped in old people's homes over the weekends and on Friday nights they were helping out the homeless shelter. These things are great, but they don't matter, because they were people and they deserved to live. And that is the way I see it. So, you know, the whole like humanization train that occurs after, I don't subscribe to. It's just tiring. No one should think, oh, it's so much better in the UK, because it was literally like a week and a half ago that a black man was tasered by the police in front of his son in this United Kingdom. So yeah, things are just more visible in the States. What was the point of this video? Honestly, I don't know. But there was just a lot on my chest, and did this help? I'm not too sure. I'll have to see once the camera's off. But right now, it just kind of feels good to get things off my chest. But that's it from me. I'm gonna end this video here. Stay safe, stay blessed, and I don't know where y'all are. Quarantine might be lifted, quarantine might not be, but if you're in the UK, please stay indoors. We were the ones that joined the quarantine party late, so I think we should be the last ones to come out of the quarantine party. Everyone needs to carry their cross. So yeah, that's it for this video from me. Stay blessed, don't stress, no vex, and let's just keep everyone in our prayers, man. That's it. See you next video. God bless. Hope you care what you say, fuck if you say.